So, it's been a while. Well, today's video is an expansion on my original GT video, since there's some game-changing information that I found. But don't worry, this video won't be another 2 hours thankfully, but if you haven't already, please go watch my first GT video as it's essential reading for this video. This information comes from the official Dragon Ball website, where there's an article about time travel in Dragon Ball and reveals that there's actually infinite timelines, and that there always were infinite timelines, whether future Trunks used a time machine or not. Well, for those who remember what I said about Omega Shenron back in the GT video, then you will realize how massive of a deal this is. As I've shown and explained in my GT video, alternate timelines are alternate dimensions, which means they exist as a part of the macrocosm. So, given how there are infinite timelines, aka infinite dimensions, this means that Omega Shenron is so unbelievably powerful that he can destroy infinite timelines just by existing, standing still, doing nothing but just existing, and the power radiating from him is destroying infinite 5D macrocosms that are multiple infinities in size. And that's not even his combat power, as his combat power would be far higher than this, because doing something, or moving, requires infinitely more energy than doing nothing. So Omega Shenron is no joke in terms of power. This is just so broken that you can't really fully comprehend it. Anyway, here's a clip of what I said about Omega Shenron and timelines as a refresher for you guys. Now, let's get into how powerful Omega Shenron really is. A character that's been criminally downplayed for years, and is only now, in recent times, is just starting to get the recognition he deserves. I've been really excited to do this since I first thought of doing this scale, so let's break down the most downplayed feat in the entire franchise, Omega Shenron's Universe Destruction feat. So, I'll repeat some important information I've said before about the Shadow Dragons, that being that they all have been stated to be capable of destroying the universe. The Toa website says that Black Smoke Shenron can destroy the universe. Mr. Popo said the Shadow Dragon of planet Eros once destroyed the universe. And Elder Kai said each Shadow Dragon is capable of destroying the entire universe. So yes, even fodder like Haze Shenron can obliterate the macrocosm. So, macrocosm destruction is just the base level of power for a Shadow Dragon. So now, let's move on to Omega Shenron's Universe Destruction feat, as it makes all other Shadow Dragons look like a joke by comparison. Omega Shenron was going to destroy the entire macrocosm over a very short amount of time just by existing. So short that Kibito Kai wanted to immediately leave the Kaioshin realm when learning of this. That's how fast it is. That the entire macrocosm will be destroyed in a time span so short that Kibito Kai wants to leave the Kaioshin realm immediately, then wait any longer to see if Goku can kill Omega before everything is destroyed. The reason why people downplay this feat is because it's destroying the universe over time and not instantly. But then the ones who downplay this feat will stop right there and aren't even able to expand on what's actually happening. The truth. Which is why they say it's galaxy level or some bullshit like that. But the reality is, Omega Shenron just by existing was going to destroy the entire macrocosm, while not instantly, it was over a very short amount of time, that Kibito Kai wants to leave the macrocosm immediately, because it's so fast that it will destroy the Kaioshin realm too, before they even know it. To elaborate on the speed of the destruction, Elder Kai, when talking about Omega's energy spread, said before long the energy inundating the Earth will corrode nearby worlds one after the other, and soon the entire galaxy will spoil and be gone. When Elder Kai said that, quote, soon the galaxy, end quote, what he was meaning was that the minus energy spread was so fast that before the Earth explodes, the energy would have started infecting other planets, and soon the galaxy will be consumed by Omega's negative energy. That's how goddamn fast it was. That even before the Earth is destroyed, other planets would already be infected by the negative energy, and also start becoming unstable. And that soon the whole galaxy will be consumed, and after that it'll soon reach the Kaioshin realm, as Kibito Kai wants to leave immediately. So Omega Shenron destroying the universe just by standing still is happening really fast, like the universe will be wiped out in a really short amount of time if he's not defeated, since Kibito Kai wanted to leave immediately because the energy spread and destruction is so fast. So now I've got the ridiculous speed of this feat out of the way, I should reiterate that Omega isn't fighting to cause this feat. He isn't firing a ki blast to cause this feat. He is not clashing punches with Beerus to create this feat. He's not even powering up to create this feat. Omega Shenron is just standing still, passively existing, and the entire macrocosm is being destroyed over a very quick amount of time. His mere presence is destroying the macrocosm, the universe. His energy was stretching over the entire macrocosm, and we know his energy was distorting the space-time, as it stated that his energy is going to destroy the entire universe. The universe isn't defined by its size, but the combination of spatial and temporal dimensions, or space and time together in simple terms. So if Omega Shenron was going to destroy the entire universe, then his energy affects on a space level as well as time. His energy even reaches outside the macrocosm into places like the Kaioshin realm, meaning his energy from merely existing can reach past infinity, as the universe is infinite, and is destroying everything in that infinite plus size radius. That's just by him existing. His punches and ki blasts are infinitely above that, because doing something requires infinitely more energy than doing nothing. In GT, the power to destroy the universe is so insignificant that Omega Shenron can do it just by standing around doing nothing. So you can't even imagine how powerful his punches and ki blasts would be if him doing nothing but passively existing is quickly destroying the entire macrocosm. So for Omega Shenron to destroy the macrocosm just by existing, on paper is a low multiversal feat due to the macrocosm being the size of multiple spacetimes. Or if you want to highball the size of the macrocosm to multiversal, then it's a multiversal feat. But if we look into Dragon Ball's cosmology, then this feat can easily be 5D. So Omega Shenron was destroying the macrocosm just by existing or simply standing still, and this would include the Dead Zone, which is confirmed to be a hyperspace, making this feat 5D. As a hyperspace has 4 or more spatial dimensions and 1 temporal dimension, so length, width, depth, time, and 1 or more extra spatial dimensions, making this feat 5D. And to make this make sense, Garlic Jr. only created a portal to the Dead Zone, not the dimension itself, which is actually supported by some guides which say as much. So Omega Shenron, just by existing destroying the universe feat, is 5D via him destroying a hyperspace. But there is more proof of this being a 5D feat than just the Dead Zone. Omega Shenron's energy is travelling across the entire macrocosm, which would include areas between dimensions like Sukeroku space was before Goku blew it up. These areas exist without the concept of space or the concept of time, so for Omega's energy to be able to exist in an area without the concept of space would make it 4D, and with it existing without the concept of time would make it 5D. As it would have to be able to exist here to be able to travel to the other dimensions in the macrocosm, as these are the areas that are between these dimensions. For example, the living world and the other world. So this is just more proof of this being a 5D feat. Also, it's an immeasurable speed feat, as Omega Shenron's energy is moving in an area where the concept of time doesn't exist. For his energy to be able to move in a place where the concept of time doesn't exist is also immeasurable speed, as his energy is moving beyond linear time to be able to move without the concept of time even existing. Again, if you don't understand the Sukeroku space stuff, then go back to the Baby Saga part of my scale and rewatch the clip from Sand Skull's explanation I put in there. You'll fully understand what I'm trying to explain after rewatching that clip. But anyway, this is an immeasurable speed feat, not just a 5D feat. Final bits of evidence, the sources you're waiting for me to list for the quintillionth time, is the Otherworld is 5D, going off numerous guides, to Daizenshu and Koyama. So Omega Shenron's feat is destroying the macrocosm, which includes the Otherworld, which is 5D, which would make Omega Shenron's feat 5D. If for some reason you still don't understand anything I said over the last several pages worth of text I just read, then here is a clip from Sand Scholar's video explaining this in the best and most understandable way possible.
We get to the real power of the changed state. Let's break down the most downplayed and criminally lowballed feat in Dragon Ball history, Omega Shenron's minus energy universal destruction feat. This happened right after Goku had fallen from the minus ball. The reason why this feat is downplayed is because the minus power was destroying the universe over time and not instantly at the click of their fingers. That is literally it. But then, the ones who downplay this feat will stop right there and aren't able to expand on what is actually happening with the feat, the truth. So let me explain to you so you know just how deadly this feat is and what it means about Omega Shenron's raw power in general when he actually tries. As you know, major fighters in the GT universe have been in the multiversal range in terms of raw power scaling ever since Super Saiyan 1 Goku at the beginning of GT. If you don't agree with that, definitely check out episode 1 and 2 and it will quickly answer your questions on that. So there's no surprise, maximum potential fighters in the Shadow Dragons arc are in a higher multiversal raw power potential range. Look, even on on the official Toei website, Black Smoke Shenron, the blue asshole dragon with a cigar, even he is universal, as it's stated he will destroy the whole universe if left alone. You can interpret that however you want, but it's simple to understand. Black Smoke Shenron can destroy a universe. Omega Shenron's minus energy feat affects everything in the universe, significantly affecting. So it's at least universal plus. It significantly affects the living world, otherworld, hell, and even the Kaioshin realm. We all know where the Kaioshin realm is located in terms of the universe. Omega states he will lay waste to the entire universe, and this is not a lie. This isn't instant, but it's happening very quickly as Kabito Kai wants to leave immediately. I mean, where is he planning on going? Universe 6? So the feat is not insta-universe destruction, right? Yet it's happening very quickly, and yet some people don't even realize the truth here, that Omega is not fighting to create this feat. He's not creating huge energy balls to create this feat. He's not clashing punches with gods of destructions to create this feat. He's not even powering up excessively to create this feat. Omega is standing still, creating this feat, laughing. Omega is merely existing and the universe is being destroyed. Think about that. How can standing still be the full capabilities of a character? It's factually and statistically not true. If his presence is destroying the universe very quickly, regardless of plot and storytelling, what do you think his explosive power potential can do? If he can just stand there and destroy the universe, it's frightening. And this is why the scaling in this power scale is extremely consistent and reliable to put these characters multiversal due to the power jumps from the beginning of GT. His energy was stretching across the entire macrocosm, and we know his energy was distorting spatio-temporality. Since it states that his energy was going to destroy the entire universe, the universe is not defined by its size, but the combination of spatio and temporal dimensions, or time and space together in layman's terms. So if Omega Shenron was going to destroy the entire universe, then his energy affects it on a space level as well as time. His energy even seems to reach outside the macrocosm, in turn meaning his negative energy from merely existing can reach past infinity since the universe is infinite. The reason why the feat in itself isn't multiversal, because he needs to destroy 1001 different space-time continuums. That many space-times doesn't exist inside the macrocosm, even including the Kaioshin realm. However, with the raw power increase of the GT verse since Kid Buu, and the feats that appeared in the Z anime, Omega Shenron is capable of duodecillions the power of Kid Buu, which is far greater than 1001. So this is a fair analysis. The feat isn't multiversal, but the power potential of Omega Shenron is high levels of multiversal. I mean, a universal plus feat from standing still. Standing still! But you can push it to low multiversal in itself if you wanted to, and that's a power of his at the very least, not the very most, because standing still is when fighters do their absolute least in performance. Put that in your pipe and smoke it whilst you're around the campfire with GTs, gods of destruction, Omega Shenron, and Lord Lude. Let's reveal why it could very well be a 5D feat if we do consider the movieverse to be linked to Dragon Ball GT. So, Omega was destroying the macrocosm by just existing and standing still. And this would include the Dead Zone, which is confirmed to be a hyperspace, making this feat 5D, as a hyperspace has 4 or more spatial dimensions and 1 temporal dimension, so length, width, depth, time, and a 1 or more unknown extra spatial dimension. And to make it make sense, Garlic Jr. only created a portal to the Dead Zone, not the dimension, but Omega was still going to destroy it by existing along with the rest of the macrocosm. So Omega can destroy a hyperspace, making him 5D. So this in turn could very well make Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta 5D, Change State Goku 5D, and at a push, Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku with his Dragon Fist power, because he did display as much power to overpower Omega at one point, penetrating him and almost beating him where only regen saved him.
So now that you've seen Saiyan Scholar's explanation, you should be on the same page as me now. But anyway, back to me talking about Omega Shenron. So, as I've explained using multiple sources and evidence, Omega Shenron's feat is pretty definitively 5D, which means Omega Shenron is casually 5D just by existing, as he can perform a 5D feat just by merely existing, not even fighting, and not even trying or attempting to do the feat. It's just happening because Omega Shenron is existing. He's just that fucking insanely powerful. This is even more impressive as there are guys that state that alternate timelines are alternate dimensions, making them a part of the macrocosm. And in GT, there are 5 timelines, so Mega Shenron is destroying 5 5D infinitely sized macrocosms just by existing. That's just how fucking insanely powerful a Mega Shenron is. And with that, a Mega Shenron can finally get the respect the final boss of Dragon Ball GT deserves. Now, let's continue. Welcome back to the present, my friends. Now, let's get on with the rest of the video. Now, to make it even more ridiculous, Change State Goku, which is essentially just base Goku, grew so powerful that he can tank a Mega Shenron's strongest attack with his aura. It's no exaggeration to say a Mega Shenron is just fodder to Change State Goku. Think about this. The most powerful attack from a guy whose power just radiating from him is destroying infinite 5D macrocosms that are multiple infinities in size is completely tanked by base Goku's aura. Goku was just smiling at Omega, unaffected by the negative karma wall. That's just how insane GT Goku's awesome power is now. Also apply this to when he absorbed the Dragon Balls and his reality warping has reached a whole new level of broken. And don't forget, he trains for 100 years after this, so end of GT Goku's power is going to make Change State Goku look like fodder by comparison. So yeah, GT Goku is going to be the worst nightmare for his opponents, with this new uncomprehendable power. Or, if you want to use the Gigawank scaling, then just apply all of this, but with 6D or 7D, and it's just beyond busted levels of power. Goku Solos has gone from a meme to almost becoming truth and not just a funny joke. So yeah, GT Goku's power is just insane thanks to this article from the official Dragon Ball website. But anyway, that's the end of the video, and thank you for your time, my friends. This is Lord Mayo, signing off. Take care.